Okay. All right. So part 2 is 6 through 9. So number 6, determine the correct sampling method for each scenario. So IE was a medical student researches the prevalence of aspirin usage by questioning all the patients who entered her clinic for treatment. That was convenience. Yeah.
Yeah, it was convenience.
Convenience, cool. All right, and then B, the Colorado Department of Health obtains an alphabetical list of 2 million adults, Colorado residents, and constructs a pool of survey subjects by selecting every 100th name on the list after randomly choosing one person from the first 1,000 on the list.
No, I got systematic sampling.
Yeah, because that's like every. Oh, sorry, Andrew.
No, yeah, I was just saying I got that same thing.
Okay, perfect. And that's because the every like blank item in the population beginning at a random point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I could do C.
Okay.
In a Gallup poll of 1,059 adults, the interview subjects were selected by using a computer to randomly generate telephone numbers that were then called. That was simple random sampling.
Yeah. D, a dietitian has a partitioned people into age categories under 18 through 49, 50 through 69, and over 69. She is serving a simple random sample of 200 members from each category. I got stratified sampling.
Yeah, because she's doing a simple random sample from homogeneous groups.
I didn't get that one. Can you walk me through that one? Okay, I guess you just did that. All right, we're good.
My man Spencer.
Yeah. A Johns Hopkins University researcher surveys all cardiac patients in each of 30 randomly selected hospitals. Cluster sampling, because they're surveying all the population in specific
in like
areas or groups.
Yeah. Perfect. 7. So the American Medical Association wanted to determine general patient satisfaction that the patient's primary care physician determined the type of sampling method used in the following scenarios. They take a simple random sample of doctors and then sample all the patients that the doctors have worked with. That's the same clustering, because the same thing. They took all the samples from each cluster or whatever. So.
Do you want to do it, Andrew, or?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm in the middle. I'm really trying to fix my camera thing.
Okay. That's all right. B, they put all the residents' names in a computer and use a random number generator to get a sample of 100 patients. That was simple random sampling.
Okay. And then C, they divide the residents up by gender and then do a simple random sample of each gender. That's the stratified sampling, right? That's the...
Yeah, they put them into homogeneous groups and then they do a random sample from each group.
Yeah, a simple random sample from similar groups.
Yeah. D, they randomly pick key intersections in the city and then picking every 5th person that walks by after randomly picking one of the first 5 people to be in the sample. It's just systematic because it's every certain number of people after starting with
a random
in that first set number.
Cool. Okay, so 8, determine the scenario whether it is an observational study, or an experimental design. If it is an experimental design, determine the response, treatment, and subjects. So A, The study Center for Disease Control obtains current flu data by randomly polling 300 men and 300 women. That's just an observational study.
Yeah.
Right? Because they're not actually like doing anything; they're just watching.
Yeah. B, you plan to conduct an experiment to test the effectiveness of Sleep Easy, a new drug that is supposed to reduce insomnia. So you randomly divide 1,000 patients into two groups where half get Sleep Easy and the other get a placebo. You record the gender of each subject. You will then observe how many hours of sleep they get in a week. So it's an experimental design. You can tell for two reasons. One, it says experiment right in the description. And two, they divide into two groups and have a control group, which is like your key indicator of an experiment. He left. Still working on his camera design or camera stuff.
I don't know.
So
You what? Okay. Have a good day. See ya.
So yeah, it was experimental design.
Yeah.
The response was the hours of sleep in a week. That's what they were measuring.
Mm-hmm.
And the treatment is either the Sleep Easy or the placebo that the groups were receiving. And the subjects are the 1,000 patients in the study.
Yeah. All right. So number 9. In September 2004, New Christ Pharmaceuticals Incorporated announced the result of its first human trial of MPI 32101, a topical form of its skin ointment. A total of 204 patients diagnosed with the skin irritations were randomly divided into 3 groups as a part of a double-blind placebo-controlled study to test the effectiveness of the new topical cream. The first group received a 0.5% cream, the second group received a 1% cream, and the third group received a placebo. Groups were treated twice a day for 6 weeks, for a 6-week period, and the degree of skin irritation was recorded at the time.
Cool.
So it's an experiment.
Yeah. And then the subjects were the 224 patients that were diagnosed with skin irritations.
The response is like the degree of how bad their skin irritation was.
Yeah. And the treatment was you had 5% cream or 0.5% cream, 1% cream, and placebo.
Yeah.
That's all.
Cool
And
beans.
for me, it really wasn't too difficult after reading and just kind of refreshing on all this stuff. So I don't really have any questions specifically.
Yeah. Yeah, it really wasn't that bad. I mean, I did it while we were waiting for Andrew, so it wasn't like so it really wasn't that hard of it.
Yeah. So I don't know if Andrew has more questions. He can
post them on the discussion board.
We can post on the discussion board, and we'll respond to them.
Yeah.
Since and maybe he will be able to count that as his group activity because unfortunately his internet wasn't working.
Yeah. But I guess we should say that they canceled out. But all right, cool. I'll post this to the discussion board, and then.
Are we supposed to do the group quiz together?
Ooh, you know what? I'm glad you said that because I didn't even think about that.
I think that's what we're supposed to do. Let's see, where's my LMS? There we go. Not LMS. Gosh, it's my work stuff. My iLearn.
Yeah.
Let's see. So group meeting quiz. Take this quiz with your group during a group meeting. Link to the left gives you instructions for the meeting. Yeah, so.
Okay, so we are supposed to get together.
Okay, sounds good. I'll start mine.
Yeah, do you want me to call Andrew?
Yeah, I could do that. So he could participate.
Yeah. So we have 2 chances to take this.
Yeah, and we have unlimited time, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Hey, Andrew. Sorry to keep bugging you. Sorry your internet's not working or whatever, or your webcam going. Are you able to access the group meeting quiz so you can do the quiz with us? Okay. No, it's all right. I mean, we're just trying to make sure that you can get credit or whatever. So, because it's not really it's out of your control. So. We'll let you access it while you're on the phone.
Wait, what?
Okay.
Oh boy.
What?
And there's another guy who just signed up for our group. He's the guy who signed up for a group that didn't have anyone else, and he's from Ghana. And he asked me, I guess, for our time and stuff like that, and an invite. Could you send an invite to him?
Yeah. I'm gonna put you on speakerphone real quick, Andrew. What's his? Do you have did he send you an email?
Yeah, he sent me an email.
So the same link that I sent you, could you forward it to him, and then that'll join him in.
Yeah, let me go ahead and do that.
I think that might be easier than me trying to find his email and whatnot.
Forward to BN 1317 at you.
Were you able to open up that quiz, Andrew?
It just barely loaded the quiz. Barely. So.
Okay, cool.
Let me hit attempt.
Let's see. I think his first name is Edwin, maybe. Oh no, we'll find out.
Okay.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, perfect. We're just Spencer's sending an email to somebody who just joined our group, so they can get their stuff done.
And I'm trying to restart my computer to see if.
Okay. Sorry, I know how that goes. I have this laptop that before I bought my webcam, I only had a webcam on my laptop. My laptop is like the worst computer in the world. So I had all kinds of problems last semester for it.
Yeah, the weird thing about this computer too, like sometimes the webcam will work. I know it will work really well. And then other times it just chooses not to work. It's so strange.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hopefully he gets that. I'm going to see if he has a phone number too. No phone number, just email.
You said he's from Ghana, though. It's probably a pretty expensive phone call.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Edwin Kingsley Bennett Omphia. My cousin's last name is Omphia. I don't know if it's Omphia Davis. Let's see.
I can do the quiz, but it doesn't let me submit it on my phone right now for some reason.
Oh, okay.
Wait a minute. Okay, now it loaded properly.
Okay.
Submitted it once more. We're good.
So before we're going to try and wait just a quick minute see if Edwin will join us. Do you have any questions, Andrew, about anything in the assignment, the homework?
Sorry, Spencer, I have the headphones in, so you're probably going to hear you.
Oh, yeah, it's true. Do you want to ask him?
Oh, give me a second, Spencer. I don't know what's going on here. There we go. Try that.
Hey,
Edwin. There we go.
Andrew.
Yeah.
While we're waiting for Edwin, do you have any questions that we might be able to help you with?
Yeah. To me, as far as the types of studies, you've got your planned experiments, and then you have just your observational ones.
Uh-huh.
I could do the reading again, I guess, but to me, in some ways, I'm having a hard time just right off the bat seeing an example of a type of study and noticing right away the difference between the two, which type it is.
So it's pretty easy if you, because the experimental one, it'll say that you like actually did something. You know what I mean? Like with the assignment or with the homework where it talks about it did like the cream with a 0.5%, 1%.
Dividing the people into groups, does that make it an experiment?
For me, that's usually the biggest notifier. Is experiments will typically have two groups, a control group and then a test group. So that's the biggest. I don't know what word I'm looking for, but that's the biggest notifier for me.
I was seeing that and thinking that they still observe those groups after, and that's where I was getting caught up with that word. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I guess the way you could interpret that is by splitting them into groups, the researchers are manipulating what they're observing, because you're splitting them into a group of someone they're giving the test and someone they're giving the placebo. So now they're manipulating the environment that each group is experiencing. So that's how they're manipulating the actual study. Because that's really the biggest difference. Is an observational study is you just take a sample and observe them. Meanwhile, in an experiment, you manipulate a part of their experience, and then you observe. Them.
Okay, that's helpful. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
I think that's pretty much it, though. The computer's thinking about starting up now, so that's good.
I know that feeling though. I just took apart my computer and cleaned it out before the semester started. And when I put it back together, it wasn't working right. Yeah.
It's the worst.
Oh yeah.
And when I first started doing online classes at BYU, I was like, or BYUI, I was a little bit salty because I was hoping that it was just like, hey, here's the start date, here's the end date, as long as you get everything done before the end date, like almost every other online program is.
Yeah.
I was like stoked, so I was like, I could just finish semester early, or do work on one class entirely, then another class.
Yeah.
For like 2 weeks each, and then finish it all. Then when they have everything going for.
The webcam looks a lot better.
Yeah. But I don't know.
Looks like you're muted right now. Okay, no, he's not.
I think we're golden.
Perfect.
All right.
Well, and did the other guy respond, or?
He hasn't responded. How much longer do you guys want to give him before we start going?
I mean, they'll probably. I can't imagine they're going to dock people too many times for the first
one, yeah.
So,
yeah.
So if you guys want, we can probably just hit the quiz.
Yeah.
And then
I'm good with just starting right now on the quiz.
Okay, perfect.
Question 1. I completed the individual preparation assignment before attending the group meeting. True.
Actively participated.
True.
I'm going to put tried. I wish there was an in-between here.
While you are required to work together on this quiz, each member of the group must submit his own quiz. Okay. Question 3. Researchers would like to determine if reviewing material consistently within an hour after class helps students perform better on exams than if students wait to review material the day before exams. To answer this question, the researchers are trying to determine if an observational study or an experiment would be more appropriate. They are discussing who the population would be and how they will determine which sampling method will best represent the population. Which of the 5 steps of the statistical process are the researchers currently applying? Design the study.
Yeah. And I think wouldn't just looking at this, wouldn't they want to to design the study because they're going to need a control group or a group that divide them up, identify a group that does study the day before the exam, and then another one that
does it an hour after they learned it.
Yeah. So in the situation, I guess they're trying to figure out if an experiment or an observational study would be better. I guess what you're saying, the experiment would be better because they'd want to split up the two groups equally and then measure how well they did on exams.
I know that's not part of the question, but I feel like sometimes if I delve in deeper to these questions, I learn a little bit more. So yeah. Just wanted to your input on that.
Okay. Question 4. A researcher has collected the results of a survey where the participants were asked how many hours of TV they watch each day. The researcher tallies the frequencies for each category and computes mean number of hours watched. She then creates a histogram to help illustrate the overall distribution. Which of the 5 steps of the statistical process did the researcher apply?
Would you say describing the data?
I've described the data selected, but this one almost includes collect the data as well. But towards the end of the question, it looks like she's moved on from that.
Yeah, because it says that she has it.
Yeah, it says she has collected it. So yeah, I think describe the data is the answer.
Okay.
Yeah, she's not really describing. She's not making any inferences. She's just like, describing what she did or the data, I guess.
Yeah. Question 5. Mumbai, India is a quickly growing city of importance in its own country as well as the global economy. A marketing research firm has been asked by a prominent fast food restaurant to help determine if the citizens of Mumbai would support this fast food business. From a list of all registered taxpayers, 3,000 names are randomly selected. Each individual on the list is mailed a brief questionnaire. The researchers received 1,049 responses. The population is the citizens, right? All registered taxpayers.
So yeah, from the population, but they only receive. Well, yeah, because they randomly selected those 3,000 names, right? So
so the 3,000 names are like the sample.
Yeah. So the population.
And then the 1049 that replied are the subjects. So the population would be a list of all registered taxpayers, but that's not on here. It's the citizens, which I guess could be all registered taxpayers.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, that's true.
To help
if they took the sample from the citizens of Mumbai.
Yeah, I think it's the citizens.
Okay. Alrighty.
I can read this one.
It's the same thing.
Oh, okay.
So we're looking for the sample.
Sample is it? Oh, the population and the sample
selected, right?
Well, this would be the ones that responded?
Yeah,
I sample because they're actually the ones that are participating in the study.
Yeah, because on their okay, so these researchers, as far as all of the information that they have, that those 1049, that is their sample. They don't have the other 2,000 or whatever that didn't respond. They're no longer part of their sample. Okay. So I think it would just be A, wouldn't it?
I think so.
That makes
sense. That makes sense. Question 7. Do you want to read this one, Andrew?
Yeah, I do. Okay. Studies have shown that retention of classroom materials can drop as low as 58% within 15 minutes of class and within 44% after the first hour of class. This forgetting curve continues so that within 6 days, only 25% is remembered. How can a student conquer this forgetting curve? The researchers in this study claim that constant review is important. Suppose your teacher wanted to test this and invited you to participate in a study where you were asked to review specific material 15 minutes after class for 10 minutes, an hour after class for 10 minutes, and then again 2 days after class for 10 minutes. Your teacher then gives you a short 10-question quiz where your score out of 10 is recorded. What type of data is your research? What type of data is your teacher collecting?
Wow, it's a big paragraph.
Yeah.
If she's only recording your score, wouldn't it be categorical, not quantitative?
Yeah, well, let's see. Wants to test this and invite you.
Well, what would it be an example of quantitative data in this example?
Quantitative is like how many, it would be like a quantity. You could record a quantity of things. A category would be like types, like different types of things, right? So like wouldn't your grades be like a type, a category instead of a quantity?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
But your grades can also be a quantity that have categories within them. I don't know.
I think it's oh, actually I don't know, because like quantitative is like by adding numbers to your data, it changes the outcome, you know?
Yeah.
By adding numbers to a test score, you would change the outcome.
You know what? I'm sorry. Looking at the book, so it says quantitative variables provide numerical information. Or it'd be like, would be.
Here's the thing. If she stored the grade as A, B, C, or D, then I guess it would be categorical, right? But since
but if it was A, B, C, or D, it would be categorical. But in this case, you're gonna score out of 10. So
yeah, I guess. Yeah, because it's so like I'm reading the book. So like categorical variables, it says like a phone number is made of digits. It does not make sense that doubling someone's phone number to add one number, or like makes it not right. So like a phone number would be that, but you could actually like double someone's score.
Yeah, and it would change it,
Yeah, so quantitative.
I think we can go with that. We get a second chance if we don't do it right.
Yeah.
True.
Let's see.
Okay, I guess that's the same thing, right?
Yeah, same. Well.
Yeah, it's the same situation.
Yeah. So after the 6th day, your teacher asks if you feel confident in that you retained at least 50% of the material. You can record your response as a yes, no, not sure. That's a categorical.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I concur. Let's see. Same thing.
Some information too.
So your teacher also selects a group to give no review to the material over the 6 days. The group is called.
That'd be like the control group because you did nothing.
Well, you didn't.
Oh, you had to do it, but you didn't.
They told them that they have to do certain things.
You're not she's not reviewing that.
No review. Yeah, it's the control group because it's the group that you're testing against.
Yeah, because you do the review and then like at the end whoever does better, right?
Yeah, so this is like your group that says whether or not what you're testing is actually effective or not.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's a control group.
Okay. I can do number 10 and read number 10.
Okay.
Oh, it's small. Oh well. Which of the following would be considered an experimental design? A, telephone poll asking about people whether or not they vaccinate their children. No. Administering the tuberculosis vaccination to one group and giving that one's it right there.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks for your help understanding that earlier.
Yeah. No problem.
Experimental design. Sorry, I was still reading about the control group.
Oh.
What does it be? Is that what you guys did?
Yeah.
Administering the tuberculosis vaccine.
Yeah.
Vaccination.
Sorry.
You're good.
Study to determine the average wage of working people in Mumbai. Which of the following would be the best sample? Every 10th worker you meet, as you travel the streets, all the workers in one district of Mumbai, a randomly selected worker from each of several working districts, all the female workers.
I would go with C.
Yeah.
Because one district, obviously, of Mumbai isn't going to be all of Mumbai. Every 10th workplace you meet, you travel the streets. It's not exactly totally random, and you're not going to walk all the streets of Mumbai.
Yeah, because that would be the same as that one working district, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And just because you met one person walking the street in one district doesn't mean they even work in that district.
Yeah. And I think the A answer is like a mix of systematic and opportunistic, or is that the one? Opportunistic or whatever. Because you're just talking to whoever you see as you're walking down the streets, but it's every 5th person you see or every 10th person you see.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think many randomly selected workers is the right one.
Yeah.
You want to become the next Jonas Salk and produce a vaccine that will help cure children of respiratory syncytial virus, RSV. You test the vaccine and compare it to a placebo and randomly choose one group of children to take the vaccine and one group to take the placebo. What or who are the experimental units of the subjects?
It's either the children, A, or it's vaccine and placebo.
So the subjects are the children.
Yeah, the subjects.
They're the ones being tested or experimented upon.
The vaccine and the placebo are the experiment, not the subject.
The treatment.
Treatment, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
What are the treatments? The vaccine and the placebos? We just covered that one.
Oh, wait. What are the treatments? Yeah, vaccine and placebo.
True.
Sweet. All right. Question 14. That's a lot of words.
In 1992, the U.S. government supported a study that was run for 15 years where 4,608 low-income families were given a chance to move to less impoverished areas. They distributed vouchers and provided various support systems. The research wanted to determine if getting people out of poor neighborhoods would reduce the poverty level of U.S. citizens. The low-income families were randomly assigned to one of the following 3 groups. The MTO, Low Poverty Voucher Group, the LPV, which received Section 8 certificates and vouchers usable only in low poverty areas with less than 10% of the population below the poverty line in 1990, along with counseling and assistance in the finding a private unit to lease. The traditional voucher group, which received regular Section 8 certificates and vouchers, geographically unrestricted, and ordinary briefings and assistance from PHAs, local public housing authorities. The control group, which received no certificates or vouchers but remained eligible for public or project-based housing and other social programs which families would otherwise have been entitled. This study was an observational study, an experiment, or neither.
An experiment.
An experiment.
Perfect.
I'm solid on that now.
What is this? So we have to match the following. Okay.
What is it like? Daniel can.
Oh, you're just matching the acronym with what they mean. So step 5, truth is take action. Step 1, Daniel, is design the study.
Step 3, discern.
Describe the data.
Describe the data.
Yeah. Step 2, Ken, is collect the data. And step 4, more, is make inferences. So my list, I have 2, 3, 4, 1, 5.
I think it's different because mine starts with.
They're all in different orders.
Yeah, mine started with step 3. So step 3 was.
Step 1,
okay.
Design the study. Step 2 is collect the data. Step 3 is describe the data. Step 4, make inferences. Step 5, take action.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We'll all have just different order on those.
Yes. Yeah. Daniel can discern truth more. Yeah. No. Daniel can discern more truth. There we go.
Sorry, I'm just making sure mine's. I did
I
mine.
know, right? Discern more truth. So step 5 is 2.
I'm good.
3, step 4, 3.
So we submit this quiz, and then we can do it another. We can have 2 chances, right?
Yeah.
We don't need to. I just submitted it. You got it all right?
Nice. Nice.
Yep. Getting straight.
Nice. So the one I had like maybe second thoughts about was that quantitative categorical of the scores. We got it right. Nice.
Cool. All right. Well, we'll do this same deal on Wednesday.
Yeah. So I guess what do we? Same deal Wednesday, 8 a.m. I'm gonna send another email to Edwin. Yeah,
Okay.
Edwin. And just let him know we're meeting at 8 a.m. Wednesday morning. Listen
For him,
to.
it's got to be in the evening sometime, I'm sure. I think they're about 8 hours ahead. He should be able to.
Yeah, he said sometimes he said 9 a.m., but I think he should be able to make 8, hopefully. Yeah, he says 8 to 9, so that'll be fine. Then the group collaboration topic. I think we need to post a link to our group video, and we should include all the names. Do you want to handle that, Alex, since you're the one who's handling that? Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right, guys. Well, we'll see you on Wednesday.
Okay, see you then.
Bye.
Bye.